so excited to read this book. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I have the books in front of me that I'm thinking of reading this week. So let's see, there's a lot of books here and I won't get to all of them, but let's start off with the two that I have already started to read. Now, Internment is like this futuristic United States where Muslim Americans are deemed a threat and are put into internment camps. From where I left off in the book, she talks, especially when she gets to the camps, she does a lot of parallels obviously to Japanese internment camp, and talked about how like the US hasn't gotten better. They're just kind of recycling what they did before, and though they've said sorry or know that they were wrong before, they haven't corrected their actions and are doing it again with a different group of people. I think Internment is a really good book, and I think out of the two I might pick this one up more just because I'm very curious, and I feel like it also gives very in terms of like the futuristic US. I don't think I've ever read a book like that, I guess, other than like 1984, but I wouldn't say that this is like similar to 1984, at least that where I left off. And then Her Body and Other Parties. So I think this is a good book. This is like a collection of like stories about women's bodies. I think I was very shocked when I first read this book. There's a lot of sexual acts in the beginning, and I've never read a book like that. I'm not used to that. It threw me off, but it wasn't like, oh my god, sex, put it away. After a while, obviously, since like almost every single page is just sexual acts, I did get used to it, but at the same time, since I'm also haven't read a book like this, I did put it down after a while. I only read close to 30 pages. If not 30 pages, I definitely did not finish the first collection, like the first story. I think there's 8 in total. Out of the two, I think I'll pick up Internment more just because that's the vibe of stories I'm used to, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna put this book down. And this one's just an autobiography book written by Mitchell S. Jackson. That is essentially about his life in Portland, Oregon, and, you know, gangs, guns, near-death experiences, sex work, masculinity, composite fathers, the concept of hustle, and a deconstructive power of addiction, etc. And I think, you know, it's Black History Month, so let me support my people and for sure read this book. Survival Math, I am for sure reading. The next set of books I have here are these 3 books. Behind Closed Doors is a mystery thriller. It is about this picture perfect couple, but it very much hints at abuse that the wife is facing behind closed doors of their marriage. The Sea of Monsters is the second book in the Percy Jackson series. I read the first Percy Jackson, or reread the first Percy Jackson book for the 75 Soft Challenge my sister and I did. I think it's time to read the second one. The Flint Waters and the Poison American Urban Tragedy City. I learned about this water situation a couple of years ago, so I was surprised to see that there was a book for it. This is about the Flint, Michigan, like poison water situation that happened in 2014. This is a potential book that I can read. And then the last 3 books that I have here. So I got this one just a couple of days ago on Friday. When coming home for school, I saw a different book when going to school, and I couldn't have time to stop at the library, so I was hoping that the book was still there when I came back. I knew it wasn't going to be there because what are the chances? When I went to go check just in case, I saw The Watchmen, and they're making a 3rd adaptation for this book. So my sister that I was going to reread the series because it's been a minute, and I wanted to reread the series. And I read the series so long ago when I was like back in middle school, digitally. So now I actually have a copy of The Watchmen, which is really cool because it's also one of my favorite graphic novel series. The last one I have here is called Where Are the Children? I'm all for like something happening in your past and it's recycling again in the future. And this one's also a pretty short book, so I feel like this is something that I can get done really easily. And then the last one I got is called The Last Thing He Told Me. Oh, I guess they turned it into a show because it has like an Apple TV sticker on here. So I don't know, I didn't even notice that, but this one's also kind of short. my sister and I just came back from upstairs. We came back from school and we came back upstairs after spending some time outside because the free library, like, so the building that's next to us has like a free library case attached to it in the front. So yeah, we just came back and we got a lot of comics. Now this is very unusual. Occasionally I've gotten like a graphic novel here or there. Anyways, we got some comic. And like I said, it's kind of rare that I get a graphic novel. Very rare that I get a comic. I don't think I've ever gotten a comic at the library before. So we got Doctor Who, a Jughead comic. We have a lot of like early DC comics. Batman, Superman. We have Archie, Cloak and Dagger, X-Men. A lot of these are Archie comics. They got some Secret War comics in here too. We got some Thor, which I'm wearing my Thor Love and Thunder shirt, so repping that. Yeah, some of these I'm just gonna read one time and then put them back in the library like I do with some of the books that like I either DNF or books that don't click with me. There's no reason to keep it, and since I got it from the library, I didn't pay money for it, you know, just put it back. So yeah, I'm gonna take my clothes off, get my second shower in for the day, and then spend time doing homework and reading The Watchmen. Okay, that's it. So it's currently 4:02. I read for 2 hours and 4 minutes. I had a 2-hour timer, but I was like in the middle of like reading the chapter, so I just went into the end, so I had 4 extra minutes. I read from page 18 to page 63, if I remember. And you might think that's like not a lot to read in 2 hours, which normally I would say the same thing, but this book has like very small text, so I feel like I'm doing overtime when like reading. So yeah, that's how much I was able to read. I also had to read this book out loud, and I tend not to like read out loud when I'm like reading, but text is so small and I get so overwhelmed when reading small text that I always have to constantly reread in my head because I'm like, oh shoot, what am I reading? And so yeah, I was like, if I read out loud, I'm able to understand it. Yes, I like this book a lot. I do think that one thing that I'm struggling with when reading is the names. There are just not the names, there's just so many people that this author mentions in his life that I feel like when he's mentioning like I can't even call them characters, but like I don't know if he's using real names, at least like when he's not talking about his family, like the friends aspect. I don't know if he's using real names, but when he's ever talking about a person and then he details that person's life, and then that person's life has more people in their life, so then he details those names, I end up just forgetting like how this original portion ended up even like starting. And then he would like obviously bring it back to like the original person that he mentioned first, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is who this was about. But other than that, I like the format of the book. So yeah, and this was all part 1. 63 ended part 1, and now part 2 is gonna start. I'm gonna put the book down. I'm gonna go eat because I'm hungry, starving. I don't know, we'll see, but we're gonna end it here for now. Hi guys, welcome to the end of the vlog. We are finished. It's several days later that I'm doing this outro, but I kind of wanted to tell you guys, I don't know, tell you guys everything that I read this week. I'm sure, I haven't done it yet, but I'm sure in editing I have already said the total pages a week or a day, but I kind of want to just do that again at the end and tell you my thoughts. So I started the week off reading Watchmen because last Sunday I had started that Sunday night before I went to bed, and so then Monday I continued it and read pages 17 to 40. Tuesday I did not read at all. Wednesday I read from page 41 to 82, and then Wednesday I also started survival math and I read page 1 to 17 in survival math. Then Thursday, I read from page 18 to 63. Then Friday, I went back to reading Watchmen again and read from page 83 to 107. Saturday, I read survival math and read from page 67 to 95. And then Sunday, I did not read at all. So for a total of Watchmen, I read 90 pages. And a total for survival math, I read 95 pages, making the total for both of these books 185 pages, which I think is really good given the fact that for all my classes combined, I read somewhere between 20 pages to 70 a week, and they're heavy dense articles and textbook stuff, whatever. So yeah, would I ever get a good week like this again? No. It was definitely because I was filming, so I was trying to find every little time I had to read. Did I gas myself up and think that I was going to finish a book? Yes, because I had that little selection of being oh my god, when I finish this book, I'm going to read Percy Jackson. When I finish that book, I'm going to read XYZ. And then we did not get there. We didn't get there. So yeah, I gassed myself up thinking I was going to read more, knowing the fact that I wasn't going to be able to read more. But it's because I was filming that I was really trying to push myself here, but at the same time not push myself too far because I know my limit and I'm not going to stress myself to read, or I'm going to go into a reading slump again and we're going to be back at the square one. And I just got back into the habit of reading again after my reading slump in the summer. So yeah, we're not gonna do too much, but we did enough. So I am proud of myself. If I manage to finish survival math, because that's the only book that I'm gonna just continuously read, I'm gonna put Watchmen aside because I really did like the pair of reading this book. Watchmen was definitely just more of a casual read, especially since I know the storyline, so I was able to just kind of flip through it casually and it was nice. And then survival math was a little bit heavier, so going back and forth was a good like thing for me, and I quite like that like experience. But I'm just gonna solely just read survival math until I finish it, because we just hit the middle of the month and I do want to get into this book and start, and probably maybe, I don't know, finish it before the month is over. It's Black History Month. So yeah, we gotta rep and show our support, of course. I think this is the only book. Actually, I've never seen this book, like anyone on Book Talk or BookTube ever talk about this book. But I did get like an email near the end of the year last year about like this being on like a bestseller top 23 like books to read. And so I wanted to pick it up because it checked my boxes. Like, it had a Black author, the premise was great, and I really like what this book entails, and so I really did want to read it. And so yeah, this is the first time I ever got a book that I guess was more out there in popularity, or maybe well out there in like people knowing about it. So I'm so grateful that I got this for my birthday, because I get to read it. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Thank you guys for coming along this ride and this journey with me. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace. Bye. Have a good day. Mwah. Also, happy Valentine's Day. That's when I'm filming this outro, several days after I finish the vlog, and it's Valentine's Day. So yeah. Okay. Bye.